SwoleBenji here. Today I wanted to talk about the population history of Albion Online. Now guys, I realize I haven't made an Albion Online video in a while, but I thought I would treat you guys. One of the reasons why I haven't made any Albion Online videos is I don't really have anything new to teach you. I don't have anything new to cover. I don't have anything new to do in this game. But I thought, we'll look at the population count and I'll give my thoughts and just kind of analyze things that have been happening within the game world and just kind of the history. So let's get into that, okay? So here is the Albion Online stats. Now, these may not be perfectly pinpoint accurate, but they are pretty close to accurate, okay? So let's go over what's going on. And so let's start whenever I first started playing the game. And you know what? I can maybe make this a little bigger. That might be a little bit easier to see. Nah, we're just gonna leave it like that, okay? You can, if you're on a cell phone, sorry, this video won't be as, wait, actually, you know what? Can I make it? I can't make it 150, can I? Alright, we'll just do it this way then. Fine, whatever. Okay, let me take off my watermark, it's a little distracting. Alright, so the game began in February 2018, right? So this is actually whenever I started playing. It was pay to play. I think it was like 10 or 20 bucks. I forget exactly. And I was not a YouTube channel at the time, I believe. I don't think I was YouTubing in 2018. I think it was later on in 2018 is when I started with this channel. But I did have a previous channel that I don't remember if I was YouTubing, but I definitely didn't YouTube this game. Anyway, so this is about the point where I quit playing the game because it was a monthly fee. I didn't feel like paying it. I wasn't enjoying the game. There wasn't really a lot of people. The markets weren't very saturated. I know 50k looks like a lot of people, but honestly, it really wasn't. The game was just kind of mostly empty. People kept to themselves. It was hard to get loot. It just wasn't fun. All right, and then I don't really know what happens in between here at all because I didn't play. I didn't keep up with the game. So I have no idea what happens in that time frame. But sometime around here is when the game went free to play. And you can see being free to play drastically boosted the player count, okay? Now, I came back around, let's see, about right here is whenever I came back to the game. And I still wasn't making content or anything, but what is this, 2019-06? And I don't know why the player counts declined. I do remember during this time, like this time frame here was really good because if you reported bots, if you reported cheaters, they would be banned like near instantly. You could just say in the chat, "Hey, I found a bot," and then one of the game masters would actually come and just handle it immediately. It was so nice. So at some point around here though is when they stopped banning bots. Okay, so you can see the rise, and I don't know what these little loops are, and these little rises and decreases, these little humps. I'm not really sure what's going on there. There really wasn't anything that I can remember. I do remember a lot more bots, at least about right here, though. Okay, like bots weren't being banned. Phishing bots were on the rise. There was a huge crusade against the bots. Fellow Redditors would get a Discord together to hunt the bots, and then the game masters would come into that Discord, take over control of it, and then ban everybody. So they were actively protecting bots at this time. And this is why I think, I don't know for sure why, but I think they wanted their player count as high as possible. Because right here, this little hump right here, this is when SBI, this is about December 2020, right? SBI officially sold the company to a company called Stillfront. And Stillfront is a shell company. I think it's based in Switzerland or Sweden, one of the two. But it is a shell company for, I'm not going to say which nation, but you know the one that's basically buying up everything, right? So Stillfront pumped millions of dollars into advertising, so you can see the effect here. Also, at this point in time, this is where there's more bots than ever, right? Huge amount of bots, okay? I don't know why this slump happened right about here. I have no idea. Now, also, I want to mention here, this rise in population right here that I'm pointing at right now, I think that could possibly be a world life event. Now, in late 2019, early 2020, is when the world experienced global sickness. And more people were stuck at home, and more people just wanted something to do, something to play, right? So that could be why the population spiked here, but it's also the time when bots stopped being banned, okay? So these could be real people, or they could be bots, I don't know. But anyway, back to this little plot here. This is when SBI was bought out by Stillfront for like 20, was it 22, 20? I forget how many millions. It's multi-millions, okay? And then Stillfront, during this time, oh, hold on, let me draw that a little better. This time started putting lots and lots of money into advertising. This big chunk right here, lots and lots of money into advertising. I'm talking millions of dollars, okay? Maybe not exactly millions, but it's several hundreds of thousands of dollars of advertising. Now, right here, this big spike where the population is the highest, which, according to this graph, is around almost a little under 250,000. This is the mobile launch. This is when the mobile phones came out. This was in June. June 9th, I believe, is when the mobile came out. And you can see, like I'm going to tell you right now, as a YouTuber, this was a huge bump for me, right? This was huge. This was big. There was so many people watching my videos. It was crazy. But it only took 9 days for it to go back to normal. 9 days from the launch, back to normal. Now, according to this graph, it continued to just free fall until October, where it kind of stabilized, right? It stabilized back to about where we were when Stillfront, spent millions of dollars, multi-millions of dollars, not only to buy SBI, but also to pay for all that advertising. Now, I know somewhere around here, also, somewhere around here, this little spot right here is when New World came out. That could have something to do with the population drop, except most people that play Albion do not play New World. A lot of MMORPG players don't play New World. Also, sometime during this slump is when Blizzard messed up and got a bunch of lawsuits. That also has nothing to do with the population decrease. That should actually raise the population. So, what are we saying here? What are we analyzing here, okay? Also, let me just talk about this little hump, this little blip right here at the very end. This is in December. Now, it's actually November is when this happened. So right about here is when it happened. That was the newest patch that updated the graphics. It added the war gloves and all that kind of fun stuff, right? So you can see it went up for a month, and now it's back. It's going back down again. It just keeps going back down. I don't know why, and I'm not sure what's going on because I haven't really been playing. I know a lot of the bigger guilds quit. They quit like somewhere in this area is when the big guilds quit. Because they won the last season and they were done with the game. They wanted to move on to other games, and I don't really know. I think there was a lot of bans too. There was a lot of bans right about here. A lot of RMTers got banned, and hackers and botters. I actually haven't seen any speed hackers or bots in a little while now. But anyway, that is the population graph and my little analysis on it, right? So again, right here, this big box, I don't know what happened because I didn't play, I didn't keep up with the game. I have no clue. Right here though, this is pay to play, of course, like we just went over. I don't remember exactly when I started YouTubing the game. I know I definitely played it during this period, right? I'm just drawing randomly stuff now, okay? And then the fact that the wave goes down and then up and then down and up, I have no idea why that happened either. I wish I knew. If you guys know, let me know in the comment section. But really though, this part here, this is the danger zone. This is the dead game territory, and I'm not saying Albion Online's a dead game, okay? I'm just saying that this area, like, this should keep going up or stabilize like here, and it didn't. And that means like all the people that you gained right here, this little triangle, this purple triangle that I am drawing right now, that is mobile users gained, and well, that's mobile users also lost. So right here is before the mobile users, which I guess they got bullied off the game. I'm not really sure. But the fact that it dropped, like the advertising also stopped, I guess. So it just dropped, it dropped right back down. It just dropped right back down, and then it continued to go down, but then the new update came, and now it's going back down again. It's it's a little troubling, and I've noticed it in my view counts as well. And I don't know if other YouTubers have noticed that in their view counts, but games in a declined state. It's rapidly falling, and a lot of MMORPGs are. It's not just this game. New World has its reasons why it failed because of the stupid ban system it's got, and the lack of progression, and just all the problems with the botters and the cheaters. And I've got a lot of videos coming out about cheaters in the long-term future for my New World viewers, but yeah, guys, just wanted to report on this. Now, I also want to say right now, let's get yellow, okay? So, because of the bots, right? When bots were being banned, this was the player population, this yellow line. Now, if we follow this chart, okay, and we go about here, you know, a little bump, go here. This is, oh, I didn't mean to cancel that. This is what you can expect the actual population to be that aren't multiple accounts or bots, okay? And so let me just draw this real quick. All right, so this is going to be the actual population that the game saw. This yellow line, okay, where are we at? We're about 50,000 and declining down to almost 25,000, which is back to when the game launched, okay? So we're back to game launch numbers. And like I said, like everything above this yellow line is botters and people with multiple accounts. Now, for those that are kind of new to Albion Online, once you become a veteran player, and you know what, we could actually move this up a little bit. Once you become a veteran player, okay? Let me just change the spec to purple. Just ignore that. Yeah, just ignore it. Okay. Once you become a veteran player, you start to realize now that you need multiple characters with multiple focus per day, multiple premiums per se, to make stuff happen, to make money. You need alts for more islands and all that stuff. So these player counts account for all those multiple accounts. I have like 20-something characters that I play, right? And I'm just one guy, and I'm not even the most hardest core of hardcore Albion players. Yeah, there's a few people that only play like one character and they don't do any crafting, but they're the minority in this game, okay? This game is filled with bots. There are bots that do private islands, so bots that do laborers. If you ever wonder why laborers always sell, it's because bots are continuously filling up islands with more botnets. I'm talking just tons and tons of bots. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the player count is actually under 25,000. And then let's just wrap up this video, okay? And let's just do the English speakers for the game. So here's your English speakers, and then it just kind of flatlines when the free-to-play hits, and it just kind of stays on the bottom. Okay, so English speakers in this game, it's actually in the negatives. If you don't speak multiple languages, you're pretty much not playing Albion anymore at this point. Alright, that's it. I'm SwoleBenji. Thanks for watching. As always, be a bro and stay swole. Sorry I don't have any new stuff to teach you guys in this game. Sorry that there's nothing really new to show you. I wish I could talk about like economics, but well, the mammoth price hasn't really changed. These skins here haven't really changed. Like this one went down. It was 30 million. This one was 15 million. I don't know. There's really nothing to do in this. I'm just bored. There's nothing to do. Yes, I could go and I could get level 120 in Boltcasters. Where are they at? Here they are. Except I would have to actually play the game and get, what, 20 more million combat fame, which I could do in about, what, 1 hour? In the black zone now, which is stupid. Why should we be able to... You know how long it took to get 30 million combat fame credits? It took way more than 1 hour, that's for sure. But the fact that I can, like, get 26 million an hour now just kind of invalidates all my previous playtime. And, of course, I'm still muted on, like, most of my accounts. Not all of them, but most of them. Guys, you know, I wish I could come back and have fun and play this game, but I have explored and done everything there is to do in this game for a solo player. And no one wants to collab, and no one wants to play with me, really, so... I'm gonna have to find other games to play, and if there's new stuff that comes out to this game, of course I'll cover it. If I discover something new or interesting, of course I will show you guys. You never truly quit the Albion, you just kind of park it for a while and then revisit it every once in a while, but I've got other games to play. There's nothing really to do on this one, man. I hope you guys enjoyed my little spreadsheet graph here. Yeah, fun times. Anyway, guys, I'm SwoleBenji. Take care.